Pisces. Pisces, we are doing a retrograde reading in Mercury, retrograde in Aries. We have two questions. How will you be affected during retrograde? How will you transform coming out of retrograde? Let's see. What will be affected? Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, self preservation. Okay. Things coming to light during retrograde. Okay. Oh, secrecy. So I feel like a lot of secrets are going to be coming out of retrograde. Let's see what these secrets are. Let's see. What is this? Okay, so we have the Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Okay, so Pisces. During retrograde, I kind of low-key feel like maybe people might not see things for what it is, like the reality of the situation, like your circumstances, what you deal with on a daily basis, on whether it is, financially, maybe going through relationship problems, mental health concerns that maybe you're going through. But I feel like even if people are not seeing this, like you're going to notice this. And you know how sometimes people notice things and they be like, oh my God, who knows? They get all paranoid. Oh my God, who knows? Do they know? I hope they don't know. Like, I feel like, I don't want you to get paranoid. But I do, in fact, believe that a lot of things that were hidden are going to come to light, or you're going to feel like it's coming to light. And the reason why these paranoias, these concerns, you're going to be experiencing is because these are things that you really have to work on. Not saying you're not living in your truth, but like sometimes hiding too much of yourself eventually will come to light. So more of living in your truth. So living completely in your truth and being comfortable with your truth so that you can not be afraid, to number one, express yourself to people, be yourself to people. So during retrograde, I really truly feel like, you're going to not only reflect on things that, you've been hiding, to the point where it's going to allow you to take a different approach on the situation at hand, and also from exploiting this, or maybe allowing you to live in your truth enough for it to be comforting to you, to like live in that, like live in your skin. Not saying you don't, I'm not going to say that you're not comfortable living in your skin, but it's more of just like being afraid to let people in. Don't be afraid to let people in, Pisces. Like, I feel like, the more you live in your truth, the more you're not afraid of people knowing certain things, because there's a difference between being secret, like having secrecy, and privacy. Secrecy to me is more of like hiding, like secrets, you know what I mean? Like, which usually is sometimes dark, negative. Versus privacy, which is a positive, because you just don't want people in your business. You know what I mean? So the secrecy part is like, handling these secrets, which obviously could be a negative thing. Not all the way negative, but a negative thing, in order for you to learn from these decisions that caused you to have to, make it a secret, because you don't want these secrets to be let out, because if you do let these secrets let out, then I just feel like you're not going to be in the best space because you're either going to have to do two things. One, face reality and take accountability and live in your truth, or continue to cover up something that is going to be even more. It's kind of like putting in more energy covering it up than actually just living in it, living in the reality. Like, so I feel like this is what you're gonna deal with during retrograde. Affections, like you being affected by it. But as far as, that was a lot. That was a lot, Pisces. So how will you transform coming out of retrograde? I feel like during, what we just talked about, like what will be affected, I just feel like you're going to go back to like childhood traumas, confusion, and I feel like you're going to see clearly, like once you really start to understand privacy versus secrecy and learning, the right and the wrongs, I feel like you're going to start seeing more clearly. And you're going to start living more freely. Like, you're not going to want to hide things anymore. You're going to want to be a little bit more expressive, or you're going to know right from wrong enough to not make certain decisions to keep things a secret. I know sometimes you could keep secrets because you just don't want people in your business as well. But, like, once again, like, not being so secretive and, yeah, just being hidden from the world in a sense. We have the Page of Wands, the Justice card, and what else? Yeah, just honestly really making the decision to just walk away from like your old self. Like, so how you will be transforming coming out of retrograde is really just leaving a lot of your old habits, old ways behind. And you finally saying to yourself, you know what, I'm leaving this in the past. I'm moving forward and I really want to live differently. Kind of like literally having a funeral for your old self. And really just starting over, starting fresh. And being happy, honestly, within yourself. Being able to be more expressive, intellectual, straight to the point, down to earth. And not being afraid. Not being afraid to take action. Not being afraid to tell people how you feel. And what is the last card? Yes, just building yourself back up and knowing what to express, when it comes to giving people, information. But you won't be living in a space of having to hide anything anyway. So it's kind of like, you're going to understand privacy versus, okay, I don't mind talking about this, or expressing this, or, if I know that this is not something that I should be indulging in, I'm definitely not going to indulge in it. Yes. And also, I feel like you need to save more. So work on that. So anyway, Pisces, coming out of retrograde, transformation. I just feel like you're really just going to, this sounds like you're going to do like a deep dive on like some healing over here. A deep dive on like self-reflection. I see, Pisces. And I feel like you really need it because Pisces, you hold a lot of things in. Like, I'd be surprised that you guys don't be exploding. Like, I never see you guys explode. Like, you guys really suppress your feelings and your thoughts and everything. But I feel like coming out of retrograde, you will transform and you'll be able to express yourself and be yourself. And I feel like this is something that's going to really, like, benefit you long run. Bye, Pisces.